Hey guys, Chris here. I'm out on beautiful Lake Toho here in Central Florida. What I want to do is I took a little break from the office, got out, got on the water. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to run through what we used today and tell you why I chose them, and of course, you know, what the materials are and the resin systems and all that. So let's get right to it. The first one, it's a favorite of mine, and you'll see I had the shaky head on it today. This is out of the Elite-X series. So this is an NSJ843. This is something that I use around the heavier cover here. You know, it doesn't matter if we're on a shell bar or we're around some of this hydrilla. You know, I want that little bit extra backbone and power of the 843 rather than the SJ842, which you see us use so much. So I do have 15-pound braid on here. I've got a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader, and that helps me, you know, if we catch a good fish earlier in the day, we can come back later in the day and catch a fish and fool them with a little bit lighter line. So, you know, with the Elite-X series, you know, we talk about it all the time. This is a Mitsubishi Rayon graphite. It's a 57 million modulus, and of course this features our nano resin system in it. So what it does is, you know, when we're out here, whether we're tournament fishing or, you know, just a hard day on the water catching a lot of fish, that nano resin actually protects that higher modulus graphite, and it allows us to, you know, boat big fish. You know, if we happen to hit it on a gunnel or something, the nano resin protects that higher modulus graphite. So guys, if you're looking for something to throw that shaky head on a shell bar or around a little bit heavier cover, this NSJ843 is a great pick there, and it's extremely lightweight in the hand. We've got the regular barrel seat here from CRB, and of course the LZR guides. You really can't go wrong with that setup. Early this morning though, we ran up into some heavy cover, tighter to the shorelines. There was some Kissimmee grass, there were some reeds, and of course, I never go anywhere without a swim jig. Now, for the swim jig, I wanted to stay in the Elite Pro series, and I'll tell you why. This is a 50 million modulus, and it is a Toray fiber. So this here is the NEPS 90HF. So this rod is 7.6, and it's heavy power with a fast action. What that allows me to do is this 7.6 allows me to take this swim jig and throw it extremely long distances. I'm using 50-pound braid on here, and then when I get bit on the far end of that cast in lily pads or in that Kissimmee grass, this little bit longer rod helps me hold that swim jig up, run it really shallow, and pull that fish to the boat and get him in here and take a picture, let him go. So again, this is the NEPS 90HF. You know, that 50 million modulus from the Toray fiber, it's lightweight, and then of course when we add that nano resin system in again, you know, like I talked about it with that Elite-X series, this is something that's going to handle, you know, your hardcore tournament guys that want that top level performance. You know, it's going to be something that you can fish for years in and out of the rod box, catching big fish. That nano resin system is going to protect that 50 million modulus graphite. So that one, again, never leave home without that swim jig. Now, what we do when we leave that heavy cover, the sun starts to get up a little bit. I run offshore and I put on the Carolina rig. You guys have heard me talk about it. I love the Carolina rig. I throw a really long leader. This is 16-pound fluorocarbon on here, and I use it on the NMB 873.5. You know, that blank is something that we developed at Mudhole for, you know, bridging the gap between the MB 873 and then the MB 874. So what this is we added a half power in there because, you know, for myself, I always like the higher modulus stuff. This being in the Elite-X is that 57 million from the Mitsubishi Rayon graphite, and of course it features the nano resin to protect that as well. Again though, with that 0.5, you know, I used to have to make a decision. Do I want to fish lighter line, a lighter weight on the 840 or on the 873, or do I want to step it up, throw 16 or 20-pound fluorocarbon and go to the 874? Now I don't have to worry about that. I use the NMB 873.5, and it is a perfect mix. Again, I had 16-pound fluorocarbon, long leader. This was actually a 3/8-ounce tungsten because we were transitioning from heavy cover, hydrilla, where it stops on the edge of a shell bar and it rolls off into the channel. So I was able to throw up into the hydrilla, pull it out, hit those shells, and right there I would get bit. So if that fish decided to run back into the hydrilla, he's not going anywhere with the NMB873.5. So again, these 3 blanks, they're all the higher modulus stuff with the nano resin, and that's something that we've done. It's been extremely effective. I think a lot of the guys out there, you know, that are hardcore bass guys, weekend guys, tournament guys, if you're looking to build something that's going to elevate your performance on the water, anything from the Elite Pro Series or the Elite-X Series is going to do that.